Welcome to JAC News at 9, starring Chris Corrigan, Adam Robertson, and the always handsome Josh Raley.
Hello, and welcome to JAC News at 9. Today's story, a continuation on the conflict in Iraq. We sent our cameraman to Iraq to find out how daily life is over in that foreign country for an American soldier. That at 9:30.
Later on in the show, we have more news on that giant hurricane, which oddly has no name. More on that coming up later.
On with local news. A bar fight at the local tavern here in downtown Austin ended with terrible results. A man was brutally beaten to death with a pool stick after being stabbed several times by a broken beverage bottle. The victim's name shall remain anonymous, but the suspect, Jack Daniels, has been taken into custody and sentenced to life in prison.
Also in news, Iraq launched their first Scud missile attack. The effects were devastating, as you can see by the image provided.
As bad as things look right now, though, President Bush says the first U.S. combat forces will be able to return from Iraq on March 8th.
More when we get back from this break.
Pepsi, bringing two men from different nations together.
So, Jody, how's your wife? She's good. How about all 7 of yours? I love Coke! America! Superior nation! They're good. Great.
Pepsi, the beverage that brings us together.
Hello, and welcome back to JAC News. And now, our interview on Iraq and Desert Storm. But first, some history about Iraq and its dictator Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein became president of Iraq in 1979, at a time when an Islamic fundamentalist theocracy, hostile to the U.S., had just taken power in neighboring Iran. Although the U.S. remained officially neutral in the Iran-Iraq war, in practice, the U.S. tilted towards Iraq, providing Hussein's secular government with intelligence information and military support. The U.S. also eased restrictions on exports to Iraq, allowing the Baghdad regime to purchase controlled items, including strains of anthrax from American suppliers. Even after it became known that Hussein had used poison gas in 1988 against Iran and to subdue a Kurdish uprising in his own country, the U.S. continued to seek closer relations. This U.S. policy reflected the hope, stated in a 1989 National Security Directive approved by President George H.W. Bush, that economic and political incentives would lead to Iraq to moderate its behavior.
Hi, I'm Josh Raley, and we're here in Iraq with our fellow American soldiers. First Lieutenant Carter and Sergeant Cook. They were scouting out before, but we haven't seen any Iraq soldiers lately. Jesus Christ! Surrender! Oh! Surrender! Oh, God! Come on!
We're here in the trench with our fellow American soldiers. It's February 2nd, 1991. During this time period, Iraqis made a flawed plan not to move into the eastern oil fields of Kuwait. Instead, they created a straight supply line from Basra straight to Iraq. We're here in the trenches that they use for their supply line. During the battles along the supply line, only a handful of American casualties were suffered. The Iraqis, however, lost many. This is a cruel, deadly battle. Although only a handful of American soldiers will be suffered from casualties, many Iraqis will lose their lives in this battle for the supply line.
Found the trench! Secure the trench! Secure the trench!
Wow, tensions are really rising over in Iraq.
No kidding.
Well, you know, hopefully things will be resolved over there soon, and we can have our soldiers come back home. But on a lighter note, the music band Queen is planning on releasing their re-release of the classic single Bohemian Rhapsody on the 22nd of December, just in time for Christmas. Be sure to look for that. We'll be back with the weather in just a minute.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
And now with the weather, we have some rainfall coming towards the east over here, and as you can see, there's a little snow in Georgia, and down in the Gulf Coast we have some not very heavy rain, but it's flowing through the currents. We have some heavy clouds over towards the northeast, and in the central area. We have a couple drops of rain, as you can see, every once in a while, but for the most part, we don't have anything. Thanks, and back to you.
Thanks, Josh. And now to some sports. Yesterday was the Super Bowl, and it was a great day indeed for the Giants fans. The Giants won over the Buffalo Bills 20-19. It was a real close game. Also, Los Angeles Lakers point guard Magic Johnson announced that he had HIV, which is signaling the end of his basketball career. There's also a new golf prodigy, young Tiger Woods. He won his first USGA title at age 15 today. That's pretty amazing for someone his age, isn't it?
Sure is, Adam. You know, Tiger Woods has come a long way since he was playing since a junior.
We'll be back with more after this.
This is what happens when you don't have rockin' clothes. You suck. This is what happens when you got rockin' clothes. Rockin' clothes, they're for the rockers.
Now, on to some world news with Josh.
Okay, for world news today, we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day becoming the highest grossing film after the release in Australia. Another close competitor for the top grossing film was the movie Hook, which just $2.3 million on the Terminator.
Also in world news, the highly anticipated Super Nintendo system was released today. This new entertainment system from the company Nintendo has already sold 1.7 million bundles in its first day. Nintendo CEO Satoru Iwata says, "Although we expect to do very well in sales, we never expected to sell out the first day."
Now, back to some more weather with Josh Rayleigh. Josh?
I know you've been wanting to hear about this new tropical storm that's coming up, but it's not going to be a tropical storm for much longer. That's right, it's turned into a hurricane. Actually, you could probably call it one right now. It just consumed another hurricane, and it's probably going to be around close to the East Coast around Halloween. We're not sure, but I want all of the Eastern Coast to hear this, to flee your homes now, or else. This will cause $1.5 billion, so if you don't get out of your houses, then, well, you're going to die. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks for that information about the storm, Josh. People have been really wanting to hear about that. Thank you for watching JAC News at 9. Good night, and Godspeed.
Also, a new golf prodigy, young Tiger Woods. Thanks, Josh. And now to some sports. Thanks, Josh. And now to some sports. Yesterday was the Super Bowl, and it was a great day indeed for the Giants fans. The Giants won over the Buffalo Bills 20-19. It was a great game. Also, Los Angeles Lakers point guard Magic Johnson announced.
I know you've been wanting to hear about this new hurricane that's coming that we're calling the perfect storm. It was unusual about... Start over. I'm here with First Lieutenant... Damn it. I'm here with Sergeant Cook and First Lieutenant Carter. We're under heavy fire. We have some over there in the trees. I'm here. Jesus Christ!
It didn't work.
No, it was just pretty gay.
The Americans.
How's your wife? Good. What about all 40 of yours?
Damn, I'm not supposed to be Iraqi.
I know you've been wanting to hear about this storm. You know, I've been looking upon it myself. And if you just don't, if you quit that, quit it. Run,